Hello everyone and welcome back to me playing some Infinity Wars. I know that this might not make the most interesting game to watch, but I do feel like it is a pretty interesting game to watch in its own right if you're at all interested in card games. And, I have not gotten my daily win yet for the game, so I wanted to jump in and try to do so on camera instead of just doing so at random and not having recording time. Or I should say replacing recording time with playing and not having a copy of it. So we are going to wait for a game here, which hopefully shouldn't take too long. In my experience, it usually doesn't take too long for a game to start up once you host it, but we'll see what'll happen. Hopefully it's not gonna be too much longer. Well, at least one game just finished up based on the GG I see in the chat, so maybe. Come on. Yeah, let's see. Are there any games I can join? No. Host. Let's try again. Anyone? Anyone gonna join my game? Come on. Come on, come on, come on. I apologize for my silence, but this is honestly far and away the longest it has ever taken for me to get into a game. There we go. Now we got it. Yeah, seriously, games normally take a lot less time than that to get into, but I don't know why this one took longer. Agent Coil Mechburn. Pay 2 exhaust. Agent Coil gains +2/+2 permanently. Pay 10 exhaust. Agent Coil transforms into a 15/15 flying unstoppable dragon. And we got Mega Unit 01. Got it. Okay. He's going to play Wealthy Noble. We are going to Fireball Wealthy Noble. Let's see if they do something that makes me regret that decision. Not really. It probably would have been better to Fireball the one they just played this turn, but regardless, we can shock that, as well as to play this into the Assault Zone. The less resource gaining cards they have out, the better for us. Well, they did just go up to 3 of them, which is unfortunate. We're going to do 3 damage to their fortress. We could play Heat Wave. That seems rather silly to me, so instead we're going to play out our Verdor Brute. If we can get another Heat Wave, then we could wipe out these two. 2 more Heat Waves, or Winds of War, and we could even... Or no, we would need Heat Waves. Winds of War doesn't affect the generals. Okay, now we might want to fight against Mega Unit 01. Okay. Jerk. You know what, we are going to play this to wipe out that unending drone. The good thing about him using Fight there is that it did power up my Verdor Brute, who gets +2/+0 every time a unique character is damaged. Okay, he played the Dragon Project. That could be negative if I don't get some good cards. And he has powered up his Agent Coil. We are going to do another 9 damage to his fortress. Assassinate. You know what? Before he can get Agent Coil up into its most potential, we're going to assassinate that. It's maybe not the best use of resources that we could have done, but I feel like it is good to prevent that from becoming a major issue. There we go. And he's going to pay 35% of the Dragon Project. Oh, so sad. You couldn't make Coil pilot your Mega Unit. Oh, I'm so sorry. Should we play something to defense, or should we just play... You know what, I'm going to play my doggy dog there. Beast of Burden, so that we can prevent some damage next turn. Unending Drone. Trading Post. Dragon Project again. We could definitely use a Death Ray or a another Assassinate here before long. We are going to do Trading Post, pay 3, shuffle a card from your hand into the deck to draw a new one, to get something other than that Endless Horde, tons of them I had going on. He's going to block with one Unending Drone. That's not going to save him a whole lot. But he does have his 15/15 Dragon out now, which is a problem. Heat Wave is going to do away with a lot of his resource generating cards. We want to save the 6/4 for last. We aren't going to be able to block that 15/15. So yeah, let's do this. He can do a lot of damage to me this turn, but hopefully we will be able to kill him if he only blocks with 2 cards, which is very possible. Nope, he blocked with 3. Okay. But he also didn't attack, so that's a plus, I guess. His Wealthy Noble is now piloting Mega Unit. And, oh, look at that. You're done, because my Heat Wave ruined you. That was a well-played game. I got enough cards to keep myself relatively ahead of the curve of what he was getting in terms of setting his deck up, which obviously was a huge boost to me. And it turned out quite well for us. So we get our daily win, bonus IP 500, which is the maximum that you can get per day. Each day that you win, you get, or the first day that you win, you get a bonus of 100. As you win consecutive days, that builds up to 500, which is the most you can get in a day. So we are at our bonus IP limit. Let's play another game. Host. Okay, I should also say GG to player who I just played against. I don't want to forget that. I got distracted describing my daily win, since this is the first time that my deck won on camera, I believe. So I wanted to describe that a bit, even though... and in the meantime, I forgot to say GG for a while. So we'll play at least one more game here, which hopefully won't take too long to go into. I do have to say that I really enjoy this game. I know I've said that before, but the more I play it, the more I really do enjoy playing it. They recently put a pre-order into the store for boosters of the new. Sorry, my mind is blanking while I wait for this game, because really this has been the 2 longest waits for a game that I've ever had while playing this game. They put a new pre-order in for the boosters for the new set coming out, Rise, which if you pre-order, you can open those boosters on the 17th of August, whereas if you do not pre-order, then it will become available on, I believe it's the 30th. So I did pre-order a few of those in order to have a decent amount of cards from the new set right away. Nothing to do this first turn. So this is going to be this kind of deck. Pure Genesis. I'm going to preemptively fireball this Secluded Constructor. If I can get something else that'll help me to damage it, that'll be good. Let's see. We will do 2 damage to that. We need 1 more in order to kill it off. We're going to play out the Beast of Burden here. Sorry, let me get a drink real quick. And there we go. That's a little bit better at least. So yeah, pure Genesis decks can be kind of a pain. The thing is, I'm not sure if this is just a pre-built deck that has been gotten, or if this is actually an upgraded deck. Judging from the fact they have the supply zone here, in the supply depot zone here, and they've got the custom card bags, I'm going to guess they've spent some money on the game. Obviously I can't tell that for sure, but that would be my best guess judging by the situation they got going on. So I don't think this is just going to be a starter deck equivalent, but you never know. Maybe they got the cosmetic stuff and didn't want to buy any cards. We'll find that out as the game goes on. Regardless, this is not the best deck for me to be facing. The constant power up of cards like that is going to be a problem for us. But this is going to allow us to start using Alita over here, the Immortal Sufferer. She can bring my doggy back as a zombie. And this guy can go over here, play Varor Brute up. And next turn we're going to play out Rita here, the Shadow Priestess, who at the end of each turn is going to create a 1/1 token, which can be used to attack, defend, whatever the case may be. Or it can also be sacrificed along with any other creature to give Rita a +1 health. So, it's definitely a useful thing. We're going to wait for Mr. Kilroy 512 to end his turn. The game is not starting off as well as I would like it to. We do have 2 Eaten by Zombies cards, so if he plays out anything really good, we can take that out right away. We have a Winds of War that we could use to wipe out some stuff. Okay, he's actually going to defend with his Unending Drone. That's kind of weird to me. Now we get this 2/2 zombie. He's going to keep buffing these things. Oh god. Now it makes sense why he did that. So, you know what? I hate to do it because Eaten by Zombies is a better card than this. But we're going to do that. We're going to play this guy out here, this guy out here, and this guy out here. So in other words, we're not going to defend in the interest of trying to get a big damage attack while he doesn't expect that card to be dying. In fact, it would be really nice if he buffed that up a couple times before Eaten by Zombies hit. Unfortunately, that means that we're going to be earning one single unending drone, which is not really useful. Oh, he did play a lot over to the offense zone. Oh look, you killed my Immortal Sorceress. Oh darn. I'm so disappointed. It's the least useful of my Alita cards. So he does get to do 5 damage to me, but I do 9 to him. And let's see, what do we want to do now? I am going to vote for, contrary to my prior plan, Winds of War, which should clear out his side of the board, except for anything that he buffs. Ooh, before I do that, I should put this guy over here to block. So that'll help if we are to have a big attack against us. Oh, no, it won't, because... You know what? Yeah, I'm going to leave it like this. I was going to move our Brute over there to block in case he got anything stronger. But I have the initiative this turn, so that shouldn't be an issue for us. We should wipe everything out and then leave us with the Brute doing 4 damage to him. Without him having really any way to get around it. We're just waiting for him to end his turn now. Next turn, we're going to probably play Wealthy Noble and Rita. Oh look, you're going to block me. No, you're not. I did cut down probably more damage than I would have lost to the blocking, but he has also wasted a lot of buffing on that card. Okay, so that went well for us. Let us go ahead and use Alita to bring back this 2/2 zombie. We're going to use Wealthy Noble, or do we want to use Fireball? And, well, we can't kill... Yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and we're going to end turn. We might as well leave the Brute in the attack position for right now. Just played a lot of Unending Drones this turn. I was going to say he's probably going to use to buff up with each other. Now we get a 1/1 token. And... how do I want to do this? You know what? I'm going to pay 3 to shuffle Rift to the Old World out of my hand. We are going to see if there's anything for Alita to bring back, which I think there is not. Okay. We do have initiative, so before he can buff this up, I want to play this down here, because I have a feeling that's what he's going to do. We're going to play Beast of Burden. We are going to put this 1/1 token here, as well as this 2/2, and this 3/2. Then we're going to play Rita over here, and that should end their turn pretty decently for us. Come on, sacrifice to make that 2-2 stronger. I dare you. I dare you to have done it. Ha 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 ha. Oh my god. He did manage to get that 1 up to 5-5, which is unfortunate. But I also just blocked a lot of his increases there. Now if I want, I could play an Eat 'em by Zombies on this unending drone. And we're going to play Candid up here. And we are going to move Rita back up here. We're going to block with an unending drone. We're going to activate this, sacrifice one of her guys there to that. We're going to actually put the dog first because we don't lose morale when he dies. And we're going to put Rita at the very end here where she's unlikely to die. And that should be it for this turn. We will get 2 more cards drawn from Candid. Oh man, he actually played a lot on the defense side of things. So we get another Wealthy Noble and a Veror Brute, not the ones I really would have hoped for. Oh dear lord. I really should have eaten by zombies, Dad. I didn't think that he would buff that up. Oh, I did eat him by zombies, Dad. My bad, I forgot I did that. So he was probably severely disappointed right there. And let's go ahead and do that. And let's see now. We are going to want to play Candid up here. She has the most health remaining. Rita is up to 3, but we want to sacrifice this token to her. We want to put the guys who are at 1 health at the very bottom here. We'll play Wealthy Noble. We will play Immortal Sufferer to pick up this 1/1 token into a 2/2 zombie. We are going to 2-5-9. And then we're just going to spam out our creatures here, which we can play all of, and end our turn. He does have the potential to really do some stuff that would mess me up right here, but so far we're in a very good position. I'm not too concerned about the current situation, although we haven't really gotten rid of his Secluded Constructor, which I would have really liked to have done a long time ago. He could very, very easily buff up some more unending drones like this one here, which would cause some problems for me, but... And he is. He's going to bring that up to 5-5. That's okay. It's going to take out 2 of my guys, but it's gone. We're still going to put him down to 7 health, which is something I can easily defeat. Okay, so now we got some decisions to make. Mostly in terms of... He's going to need to play his commanders to block me. Because, quite frankly, I have an absolutely overwhelming force right now that is going to take out more than the health that he has to spare. We're going to play out all of our stuff here. We want to play this in order of most health to least health. We'll put the strongest attacker in right before the 1s here to make sure he hits. We're going to put the 2-2 right on this side of him. And then with that, I'm going to guess that he's going to try to do something with this Alita here. So we're going to use Eaten by Zombies on that. And this should easily be game. I don't think he has literally any chance of stopping this from being game unless he has a Calamity in his hand. Which I'm guessing, well, I'm hoping he does not. If he has Calamity, I think we still have the win in our hands, but it's going to be a much harder fought win than what we would have had if he didn't. And he plays an Unending Drone. 2 Unending Drones. Luca Combat Mechanic. Ooh, he actually blocked with the Secluded Constructor and buffed it. I am mildly impressed by that choice. Unfortunately, you have no possible shot of blocking everything. So, with this goes his health, and then we do 2, 4, 7, 2, 4, 12, sorry. 15, 16, 18, 19 damage when he had 7 health left. So that went very, very well for us. And that was a bit of an example of how my deck can become just overwhelming with cards. That's how I've made return from like 1 or 2 HP against, or no, 3 HP against empty. So that I use the Calamity against him. And a couple other times I've come back from like 100 or so. You know what? Let's go ahead and play one more game. Assuming it loads up quick here. The good thing about the games of this is that they do move pretty quickly. Unless, it's a very drag out, knockout battle. So we have plenty of time to go ahead and start up another game here. I do still have a couple quests to accomplish, so more time spent doing so is not a bad thing. I have gotten plenty of upgrades to my other deck since the last time I played on camera, but I haven't really used the other deck very much. I've been focusing on this one because I really enjoy the zombie mechanics. Loading. Thank you. We could use this on his constructor. You know what, we will. Because that means that in a couple turns we can Heat Wave. I could have used it on that guy and blocked him from doing any damage to me this turn. But I decided that probably wasn't worth it. So we're going to block with that this turn. Next turn we can wipe out his Secluded Constructor if he doesn't do anything to prevent it. Although we are going to take some damage for this turn, for next turn to do so. It's a good thing to get that out of the way early, so let's go ahead and block that out. He plays a Wealthy Noble. Oh well. Because it's gone. Ha 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 ha. We do have 4. We're going to play out this Roar Brute. He is going to be doing some damage to me relatively consistently, which is unfortunate. I do wish I had a better way to block him before then. It's useless to play that shock against him because it's only going to do 2 damage and he's going to die anyway. We have nothing for Alita to activate on. You know what? Actually, we could play... We're going to play Alita out here. We're going to play this over here. We're going to wait till next turn to play any more cards. So he does have another Secluded Constructor out as well as a Bad Bot. And I know exactly what he's going to do here. So, we could try to block him. Or we could just go like, you know what? We know that you're going to buff that guy, so let's just assassinate him. And now we'll do that, and then we'll watch as the Secluded Constructor adds 8/8 or 9/9 to his 4/3 that is in the graveyard. And then we can kind of laugh, like, ah ha 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 ha. So we're just waiting for him to end his turn. This game is going decently well for us so far. Although our resources are going to be lowered right now, so that's a negative. Ooh, he kills my Roar Brute. That's not fun. And exhaust Alita, and I only do 3 damage. Okay, so that didn't end up all that well for us. We're going to play this guy, this guy. Nothing else this turn. Leave that guy in the attack zone. We do have another Assassinate if things call for it, although I don't particularly want to use it because it's going to lead to my resources dipping down again. But what we can do, although it's going to cost both the creatures I just played in hindsight, is Winds of War. Unfortunately, he's probably going to do damage to me with whatever he uses Secluded Constructor on. Oh, but he might not be able to, actually. The Hammer of Dawn is a royal pain. I'm not a big fan of the fact that he just got him out on the field. Because if I recall, yeah, he is invincible when in the assault zone. So I don't think this is going to resolve in time, but we're going to try to. We're going to play out this guy. And that'll be it for this turn. Oh, actually, we have some creatures in the graveyard now. So Infectious Zombie come back as a 2/2 zombie. Now, if he tries to preserve that guy until he can buff him, we will take him out with the shock. But if he plays him down to the assault zone, we're going to have to deal with an invincible 4/1 that we can't get rid of by any means except for Calamity. Actually, undo, undo, undo. we want to... We're still going to play out this dude. We're still going to use this. But we want to play Fear and then use this on him. Because that's going to push him back to the support zone regardless. And then he won't be invincible. I almost missed that I could do that, and I would have been very disappointed in myself. But now he is not invincible, and he is dead. And that worked out very well. We do get the Calamity, which is arguably one of the best cards in the game currently. We want to play Alita. We want to activate this Alita on the Varroa Brute, who can't give any boons to anyone else. And we will go ahead and wait to see what he has to do. The bad bot up there can't attack or defend, by the way. That's why he hasn't played it out of the support zone. It's a card that is literally useless outside of when it comes to buffing other cards. So he's just leaving it up there until he gets another secluded constructor so he can attach it to something and make it really powerful. It's the general strategy. It's a card that in its own right isn't that great, but when used in combination is pretty good. Ooh, I don't actually know what that card is. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. I'm going to have to wait until his turn is over to check out what it does, though. Let's see. It's a 4/2. At the start of each turn, you may pay 2. If you do, Unstable Bomb gets +2/+0. If not, Unstable Bomb bot explodes, dealing damage equal to its power to every character in the combat zone. So, my guess is he's probably going to do that. So, what we are going to do is pull everything up here. We will take the potential damage from... You know what, we're going to play that on this guy. And then we are also going to play Eaten by Zombies on this one. So that way there we got the offense and the zones protected pretty well. We could bring back an Unending Horde. Let's do it. It's the only one in the grave. I don't have very many of them. And he plays a Genesis Construct, which is a 4/4, not a bad card. He does sacrifice to that. He returns my 2/2/2 zombies to my hand, which, oh well. You know what, why don't you just return more stuff to my hand? I mean, geez, I don't really care. We are going to go kind of... We want her over there. We want to play Shikana. Play that dude. And go. We're probably going to take some damage this turn. But this is going to end up well for us. Very, very well. You see, the thing with the Calamity is that it doesn't put cards in the graveyard. It actually removes cards from play. So, to use it on... Oh. Why couldn't you have killed more of my cards? Okay, so that's fine. We're not going to sacrifice the Shikana, which means that he is going to kill everything in the combat zone this turn. Which means that we want to put as much in the combat zone as possible. We want to put him over here. We want to play Alita over here. Because we want these cards to be able to come back. Alita comes back after 6 turns. The zombies can be revived with Alita. So we want to put as much in the combat zone as possible before Shikana clears the board. So that instead of when we use Calamity, it being... Although we don't know if we really need to use Calamity at the moment, but... Perfect. He did exactly what I expected him to. So now he's going to buff up his bomb bot. He's like, haha. Okay. He's like, aha, now I am safe from your Shikana. And I'm like, yes, you are. Unfortunately, you're never safe from the Calamity. And so now he thinks that he's got this like an easy win. He can play his stuff down, do well more than 14 damage to me. He's going to play everything on the field, all excited. Let's watch this happen. Although I do have initiative, so oh yep, see he's like I'm gonna just play everything, he can't possibly block me. This is game over. He was an idiot, and I'm like sorry, no I'm not. Bye bye everything in the game. Reward caster spells. Target character you control cannot die from non-damage source this turn. Too late. Too late, my friend. So now we're going to play these down. We are very shortly going to be getting back Alita. He does play a flyer, but we have a death ray. And let's go ahead and play this guy down. There comes back the first of our zombies. We are going to attack with this. Continue. You know what, I don't really want to have Assassinate in my hand right now, so let's shuffle in for another Risen of Avarok. And we will continue. Here comes the moment when I'm like, Death Ray, sorry. Ha 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 ha. And this is where my deck really shines after I can clear the board. I don't know if it'll work out for us this game, but we do get Rita, which is a huge help. We can block with... We could block with Brute Brute just to immediately take care... Oh, actually, we could block with... And we could use Shock. Use that on him. And then we can just block with either of these guys that are going to come back with no penalty. Oh, he actually... Touché. Touché playing defense. Okay, well, that's fine. You just buffed up my Brute, and you managed to accomplish nothing of use. You know what, he's not going to be able to defend this turn. 3, 6, 12, 13, that should be GG. Can I get anything from shuffling a Winds of War back into my hand that'll help this turn? A3, shuffle a deck and card into the deck. Fireball, nope. But they're good cards to have in the event that he does manage to pull something off that saves him here. But I'm pretty sure this is game over. Because everything's going to be either exhausted or it's going to play straight to Assault Zone, given the fact that he's using Flame Dawn, not DOD. And, oh, he does use a Fireball on my Brute, so it's not quite game over yet. Which makes me glad I did what I did. So now we can play... Rita is already in play. She's a unique character. So we are going to Fireball at this airborne dude. We are going to block his Flame Ram with literally anything. It doesn't matter because it is going to be unable to do any damage to me. And then we're just going to spam out some more cards. We can play this dude. We can do pay 3 to shuffle Winds of War into the deck, get a new card. We get another Winds of War. Do it again, and we get Beast of Burden. So his flyer is going to die. He is going to have his Flame Ram be completely rendered useless by my defense there. He does kill my Beast of Burden. Oh darn. And Rita. Oh darn. But I kill that. We still have more than enough damage to kill him on this turn. And this is game, set, and match, and I have won. So, this was a very successful episode for us. As you see, as I've gotten more used to my deck, I have gotten significantly better at handling it. There are a lot more games I run into like that, where I am winning by a decent amount instead of the deaths I was having on my prior games. So yeah, this game has been very fun for me, and it has been going pretty well lately. I don't always win by any means, but I am, I believe, one of very few, if any, people to currently run a 2-zombie commander deck. A lot of people are holding off on that till Rise because the zombie faction isn't complete yet. But for what it's worth, my zombie deck has been doing pretty well for me. And I think part of that is people don't expect it or know the strategies I use because it's not a commonly done thing. Anyway, thank you for